Morning. It was 7:30. It's even later. There's an 18 option, and then there's a 22 option and a 23 option. I talked about that last night. So right now the goal is to make it to the 18 and then reassess and see where I'm at, because it's another 5 miles or 2 to 2.5 hours past that to the next place. So we'll see. I think there's some pretty big elevation change today. Well, relatively. I'm not going to go back and look right now. I'm going to do it anyway. So might as well just roll with it and see how I feel. Slept pretty well. My mood is pretty good this morning. I talked to my mom. She had sent me a text, but I wanted to see her face. And my daughter was still there. Spent the whole weekend with Bubby. I love you, both of you, so much. My mood has been getting better. My cap broke to my water bottle, and I asked somebody in a parking lot if they had one, and they did. And then, these nice folk that I'm hiking with set aside some food for me, so I didn't have to go into Manchester. That number of miles left to Katahdin is getting smaller. So, yeah. Thinking about last night, and the thought on my mind this morning is complacency. Again, I try to do my best to follow the rules, and I didn't last night on a bunch of levels. I'm not going to pretend this is the first time I've not done a bear bag. And I don't really sleep with my food, but I'll keep it in my pack. And I usually kind of, like Greenwall was a great example of that. It was at that spiritual center. Not like bears probably don't go there, but bears probably don't go there nearly as much, and it's not a wilderness area. But from the beginning, I've always been surrounded by people that sleep with their food. Do things that are frowned upon. And I try not to judge. Well, so I make a distinction. Everybody says, don't judge. And I think it's okay to judge. You judge situations all the time. You're like, I judge that is not a thing I want to do. I judge that decision, or I judge these options and I make that decision. The point is not to condemn, to say, well, you did this thing, so you're a bad person. I guess that's judging too, but I've always looked at it as judging and condemning. So, I don't know. Anyway, the point is that last night I got really complacent, I didn't have the energy to do things the proper way. I'm not beating myself up over it. I'm happy with the decisions I made last night. I slept well, and it took a little bit less time and effort to get packed up this morning. So, am I going to start doing it all the time? No. I hope that, I don't find myself in that position, which I haven't really. So, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. It's been having great weather. And every time I say that, I say, that's going to end. this morning it's nice and cool with a breeze. I got really sweaty last night. I think I said this. It was hot when I went to bed. I felt hot. And yeah, I was sweating. A good portion of the night, I slept with no covers. And I was not chilly. And I was just soaked, sweating. And about halfway through the night, that stopped. And I was able to pull up my covers. It didn't stop me from sleeping necessarily. I still feel like I got a good night's sleep. And this morning I took the food I had left and rationed it out, trying to make a plan. And like I said, I got an 18 and a 23. It's in my best interest to do that 23, which meant that I should have left an hour and a half ago. But I've been leaving at similar times and still pulling off 23s with time to spare. So we'll see what today's like. Yesterday was a very gentle day, elevation change wise. Okay, I'm gonna get on with it. Griffith Lake.
took a plane to Georgia?
Train, actually.
When did your shoes start falling apart?
After Pennsylvania. No, I've been trying to find places to. We went to Last Outfitter and they didn't have my size.
I mean, I don't mind those. I like those when they're going up the hill. It's like a little step.
So it is cool.
No, he's overreacting. That shit is warm.
Woo!
It makes me kind of.
Yeah!
Makes me to get.
Did you hear that echo?
That was a crazy echo.
Why is it all orange?
Yeah, just went swimming with that.
Right.
He's hunting me. He's like that.
Funny.
All right. It's getting pretty late. It's like, but I know it's about 9:15. Good day. Good day. 22.6 miles. I stopped at this rock pond, I think it was called. It was just so gorgeous. And I was told there was leeches in the water, but I didn't care. The water was perfect. It was wonderful. I took a nice swim, and I could have stayed at the shelter there, but I didn't want to. I wanted to push on. And I had read that I'm at the Green something shelter? I forget. And I read that there wasn't a lot of water here, and there wasn't. It was scoopable, so it was a little bit of a pain getting water here, and it was 0.2 off trail. So, but I'm in good striking distance to hit. There's a deli that I can hit tomorrow and get some more resupply. I am so appreciative for the food, but calorically, there's not a lot there. So I'm looking forward to stopping there, eating some food, and getting some more stuff to last me just through the next day. I am just about out of fuel. I'd be surprised if I was able to boil water tomorrow night. So there's that too. Yeah, the swim was amazing. Felt pretty good today. Yeah, so short day to the road. So I think it's about 7 or 8 miles to the road. And then it's a mile to the deli, and then a mile back. Hopefully I can hitch a ride back from the deli. That would be ideal. So I got to figure out where I'm going to stop tomorrow, but obviously it's going to be a shorter day. So with me doing like 22.6, it was 51 miles when I started to Killington, so that means that I have somewhere around 28 miles left. So the more I do tomorrow, the earlier I can get into Killington and hopefully get a ride to Manchester to get my box. So there's that. My mood is good. My mood is really good. So I'm just gonna cut it short there. I don't think there's a lot I need to talk about today. Yeah, no. I did get a video of a leech. I feel like the leech was following me, like was on my trail, and coming to get me. I don't know very much about leeches. It just makes me think of the movie Stand By Me, where he got the leech on his balls. So, yep, that's enough for me tonight. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.